All right, welcome back. Today we're diving into something really cool, Africa digital farming. It's this incredible $9 million project that's totally shaking up how farms get funded, mixing old school agriculture with some seriously new school tech and finance.
So let me just throw this out there. What if you, right now, from wherever you are, could own a piece of a real-life avocado farm in Tanzania? I'm not talking about a game, I mean a real, tangible asset. Well, that's not some crazy future talk. That's exactly what this project is making possible, and it's all thanks to some really smart tech.
But, to really get why this is such a game changer, we first have to talk about the problem they're trying to fix. And it's a huge one. It all comes down to money.
Here's the deal. If you want to start a big modern farm, we're talking high-yield stuff, especially for a crop as popular as avocados, it costs a ton of money, an absolute fortune. And that's a massive roadblock for local founders in Tanzania. They might have all the know-how, they might even have the land, but coming up with millions in cash to build something at an industrial scale, it's next to impossible.
And that's where Africa Digital Farming, or ADF for short, steps in with a really clever solution. It's their answer to this massive capital problem, and it's all built around this idea called tokenization.
So what on earth is a tokenized real-world asset, or RWA? Okay, the easiest way to think about it is like a digital deed to something physical. The farm, that's the real-world asset. And a token is basically a secure digital proof of ownership that lives on a blockchain. What's so cool about this is that you can split the ownership into thousands of tiny, affordable little pieces, so anyone, anywhere can buy a slice. It's basically fractional ownership, but like supercharged for the 21st century.
And listen, we are not talking about a backyard garden here. Just to give you a sense of the scale, this project is tokenizing a massive 1,000-acre plot of land, all for growing avocados.
And on that land, they're planting 145,000 avocado trees. I mean, the sheer scale of that's why it costs so much money to get started, and it's exactly why this whole tokenization idea is so important. Okay, now this is where the model gets really interesting, the equity split. Through these tokens, they're actually offering up 49% of the entire farm to the public. Think about that. Almost half of this massive project can be owned by regular people from all over the world.
And this is just a brilliant way to balance everything. You have investors from all over the globe who can chip in the capital needed by buying tokens. But the local founder keeps 51% ownership. That's huge. It means control stays right there in local hands. It's the perfect win-win. You solve the money problem, but you don't lose local leadership.
All right, so let's get into the tech that makes all of this work. Because you might be wondering, how do I actually trust that my investment halfway across the world is safe and being managed properly? Fair question.
Well, ADF has a really smart three-part system for this. First, they use IoT, Internet of Things sensors. These things are in the ground 24/7, tracking everything from soil health to how the trees are doing and feeding that data back. Super transparent. Second, they use drones to get regular images of the farm. They call this proof of asset. It's basically a way for you, the token holder, to see with your own eyes that the farm is there and it's growing. And third, the best part, payments. They use smart contracts. These are automated programs on the blockchain that send dividends directly to investors in stablecoins. No slow, clunky, expensive banks. It's all automatic. Okay, so the idea is brilliant, the tech is impressive, but I know what you're thinking. Show me the money, right? Let's talk about the actual numbers, the financials, and the potential return on investment. So the total fundraising goal for the project is $9 million. That's the amount they need to get all 1,000 acres developed and get every single one of those 145,000 trees producing at their peak.
And the payoff could be pretty huge. Once those trees mature, which takes about 6 years, the farm is projected to bring in a peak annual revenue of, wait for it, $22.5 million every year.
So for anyone who invests, the deal is really simple. You get a share of 49% of the net profit. That's the dividend pool. It matches the equity that's being offered. And you got to remember, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Avocado trees can produce fruit for over 30 years. So this is an asset that's designed to pay out for a very, very long time.
There's this quote from the project that I just love. It sums it all up perfectly. Every tree is a node. Every harvest is a dividend. Isn't that great? It just perfectly captures this idea of connecting a real, physical thing, a tree,
to a digital financial return. Every single one of those 145,000 trees is like a little productive worker in this giant, decentralized network.
So look, this is a real project that's happening right now. It's growing and developing. And if this whole mix of farming and high-tech finance sounds as cool to you as it does to me, you can actually follow along and see how it all unfolds.
If you want to watch this farm literally grow from the ground up and see this whole thing in action, go follow Tanzanian Diplomat on Instagram. And hey, of course, if you want more explainers like this, breaking down other amazing projects, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button right here on The Explainer. Thanks so much for tuning in.